And just as it was about to be Eodi's turn as well. There we are.
Yeah, who's getting ready to cast his magic missiles.
Wonderful. Seems like we're back. Sorry, everybody. We're testing out a new setup for streaming, so some baby teething issues with AMD drivers just deleting themselves, committing seppuku from overwork. We will let Mr. Tolmar get back in the driver's seat, and when he's ready, he can take Eodi's turn, as it is Eodi's turn.
1 second.
He was just throwing some mad shade about this not being a very good adventuring party, and I think he was about to back it up with some heavy-duty spells, maybe a Meteor Swarm or Finger of Death.
Yep, I'm just waiting on Fantasy Ground to catch up.
Yeah, that's perfectly fine.
I will need you to reshare the combat map with me.
I can do that, sir. I can do that. I love sharing stuff with you.
Oh my god, it resized everything too. Gross. Okay. I think we're back. And so anyways, he points his finger and crashes his entire computer with a magic missile so powerful, AMD literally wrote me a hate mail about it.
Damn impressive for level 2.
And now I'm being assaulted by a chaos cat.
I've got a tiny black dog doing the exact same thing to me regularly, so I'd never hold that against you.
Are we still missing Leopold?
He'll be right back, he says, so just keep it running until we hit his turn.
Probably parenting things.
Yep. I'm assuming as much. So, Eodi, roll your damage, good sir. I believe that thing is undodgeable and automatic damage, is it not?
It is. Hold on. A shortcoming of fantasy grounds, sadly.
Yep. It's not the best ever, but it's the best we've got. 9 damage. Three missiles hits the hobgoblin in the ornate armor, and he stares evilly at Eodi and such dishonor!
And that is my turn, as that is a 3-action magic missile.
You hear more clattering as another of the roaringly drunk dwarven bandits comes sprinting up into view. And then, to your surprise, the barn door flies open. And a young lady hightails it just straight past the confused dwarves, still in manacles. They've stolen her shoes as well, so she's running barefoot, but she just sprints head down until she smacks straight into Cal. Looks at Cal is here. Oh my god! Oh Aller, you're human! This Slavers, help! Which is this sniffling, crying wreck of a young girl in her late teens, if you're to hazard a guess, would have been a bit less absurd if it wasn't for the fact that she's about 6 feet tall and muscled like a longshoreman. The doggo is going to take that as its cue to bite at Cal. Throws itself onto Cal's ear and gnaws on her leg for 6 damage and a DC 17 Fortitude save. Cal just kind of flexes her adoptive dwarven genes at that disease and squirts it straight out of the puncture wounds before smacking the dog over the nose with the shield when it tries to bite her again. That takes us to Modor.
All right, I'm gonna move if I can. It's not letting me click my character. Oh, because I'm not on the screen, dummy.
That'll do it.
If I move there, would that be in reach of the dog with the polearm?
Yes, it would be.
I'm gonna swing the dog.
For any faint-hearted viewers out there, these are goblin doggos. They are not good dogs.
Take it to miss the first one.
Yep, it is. They are actually classified as large rat. Oh dear. Yeah, and on the second swing, the young girl throws herself around Cal and hugs her, pushing Cal back into the swing. So Modor just barely manages to avoid slashing her with the Ransor and just smacks her over the back of the head with half of the weapon instead. Doing no damage, but it's probably going to leave a bruise.
I don't think I get a third attack because I moved 10 feet.
That is correct, sir. So that takes us to Edamir.
I am going to start casting Horizon Thunder Sphere, and I'm going to take 3 actions and 2 rounds. So that'll be my turn.
Wow. So now just a big sphere of thunder is starting to form over Edamir. He's focusing on electrical thoughts.
My fur's all like puffing up.
Yep. And that takes us to Marisol.
Yeah, I'm pretty mad at myself for not hitting this dog last time, so I'm gonna try to whip it again.
Whip it good.
We might win this fight, or we're going to roll.
You may have pissed off RNGesus in some way. You seem to have inherited Tolmar's dice from the last campaign.
Yikes.
And then I'll try to shoot it.
Yep, and the gun goes click as it misfires.
I'm gonna start fixing it.
Right. Lovely. Okay. That takes us to Cal, who has now disentangled herself from the young human.
Damn it, Erwina. Damn it, Erwina.
Damn lady, step back! And she's actually leaving the dog to the fight is beside her, and she's stepping up to the hobgoblin, taking 1 step here.
Got it.
Single step, so there we go.
Nah, sadly, it's got a shield up, and she just hacks into it.
Ah, damn it. Try that again.
Fucking A.
Whack,
y'all.
whack. Straight in the shield.
Fucking A, y'all.
And now for Honorable Preacher.
Question: do we get some kind of flank bonus on this guy since we're basically fighting on two sides of him?
You do have a +2 to hit because you're flanking him. And if you had sneak attack, you would be getting it.
Excellent. Still, my flurry of blows, is that a single action or is that actually 2 attacks?
It is two
attacks, but
It is 2 attacks, and without the penalty on any penalty on the first attack.
so it's
It's two
basically the
attacks.
one.
Two
Two.
attacks at your highest roll.
Yeah.
For
So,
one action.
but you get to roll twice on your best attack roll.
That was the question. Thank you.
Yeah.
Okay, then it's 2 of these. So I'm gonna first start off with a flurry of blows. A
Right.
quick 1-2 punch on the hobgoblin. This should be an additional 2 on top of this, so that first one should be a hit, and the second one probably 16.
And the second one is
Sure.
a miss. The first one is a hit.
Okay. And interesting. Why is my damage only a 4 and not a roll?
That is a very good question.
And I'll toss a d6 and add it in manually. So it should be 8.
Should be 8. Yes. Okay. Good. And then
Following that with a powerful fist, I think. Still with a side on, so 17.
that is a hit,
You
sir.
roll that
Oh.
at your. You need to roll that as attack number 3, not attack number 2.
Okay. Sorry about that. In that case, this. Still at a 16, though.
Yeah, that's still a hit.
Okay. And then we get the correct one. 7.
And you smack him mightily. He is now reeling. Turns around, spits out a couple of teeth at Preacher. Says something in Hobgoblin. You're not certain what it is, but the tone is probably something like, "You're not that tough," and then he falls over dead from massive trauma to the brain. Which takes us to this bro. He is going to shoot at Iodi, who dishonorably shot magic missiles at him. Such dishonor. And shows off that famous Hobgoblin Samurai archery by missing twice. Wonderful.
Seems legit.
And then you hear a resounding smash as the door opens, and the familiar form of the witch you fought earlier comes out of the house,
Yeah, dang it.
rubbing sleep out of her eyes. Right. The Dwarf Bro here is going to move up and then keep his shield raised. And this Dwarf Bro here is going to do the same thing. Oop. And this Hobgoblin. Well, he's got Marisol's flank, so he's just going to shoot at her with a short bow again. And tags her again. In the exact same spot he did last time. For another 1 damage. And then he misses on his second shot. He's just going to move up. On his third action. Oop. That was there. Not. And this gentleman moves up in front of that lady there. Then up son of a biscuit. Ever so slightly. And that takes us to Zara.
That puts me at stage 3. And that's my turn.
Zara's just lying there letting the friggin' or feeling the sickness course through her. As it's Leopold's turn to step bravely into the breach. We seem to be... No, Leopold's back.
Yes. Leo's going to take 2 shots at our samurai archer dude. That's the first.
That one's a hit, sir.
Hang on. The damage equal to twice the number of weapon damage die.
Excuse me?
I'm just looking at what the gravity weapon bonus is. Yeah, +2, so it's 4 damage total.
Right.
Takes a second shot. Yeah.
The arrow hits with a lot more weight and mass than it has any right to, but it hits him straight in the chest plates. And you just get a like a oof as he takes the hit.
Third action is going to be to Chariot.
Okay. And that takes us to the mightiest hero of all, the Eater of Sheep, Eodi.
The terror of brigands. I am going to no longer be standing tall, puffing my chest out as there are now arrows coming at me. I will point my finger once more at the weeb nasty in the back over here, and I will cast Ray of Frost at him.
Got it. Which of the brigands were you casting Ray of Frost at?
My new weeb friend down there at the bottom.
Yes. Weeby McWeeberson with the magic weeb sword. Oh, that is a hit, good sir. He seems to be bleeding pretty significantly, yeah? And suffering from frostbite.
And I will take my last action, and I will move back here with the bear, assuming a very courageous and leaderly pose.
Got it. Eodi moves back and goes into 60 hero pose. Right, this dwarf here, he's gonna move up to to Cal and try to smack her with his battle axe.
As a reaction, I can raise my shield.
Got it. Ho! Yeah, he runs up. Cal raises her shield. Having seen that trick before, he puts his left foot on the shield, lowers it, and then just smacks the axe straight into Cal's face. For 16 damage.
I think I'm gonna use a shield block on that.
Very well, so...
The hardness for the wooden shield is only 3, so that the shield is completely destroyed, but I take only 13 instead of 16.
Yeah, there's a resounding splinter as he trashes that shield. You can hear a gasp from the young girl behind you as Cal reels back with blood just pouring down her face from the axe blow. She's going, "Oh, Geb, oh, Geb, oh, Geb, no, I don't want to be a prisoner again." And then her eyes light up, going from pale green to a just golden glow, where you can't see anything except from the golden glow coming out of the eyes. And every friendly within 30 of her is healed for 18 hit points and cured of any ailments.
Nice.
Very good.
Just in time for the doggo to determine that Cal is looking like a snack and move in to bite her again.
Is he moving out of my range?
Yeah, you get an attack of opportunity. Take that, sir. Dang. It is just a tough life for you guys with the rolls you're having. He moves up, nips Cal in the butt, but there's leather armor there, so Cal is not actually injured by it. Then he tries biting her again and gets a face full of destroyed shield. Jarek gets a turn on your turn, and you need to use an action to command him.
I did.
I did not catch that.
I gave him my last action.
Okay. We may then that should have happened on your turn. So we will get. You also may need to adjust your mic because you're much lower now than you were before we took a break. I'm actually losing some of the things you're saying.
Yeah, sorry about that. I'm having trouble with the microphone at the moment.
I smell a Christmas present coming up. Right, take Churik's turn now. What is he going to do?
Jarek is going to move up next to the dwarf there, and then he's going to make a jaw attack.
Does he have any abilities that lets him move and attack on the same turn?
He gets 2 actions for one of mine.
Ah, excellent. Okay.
Yeah,
Joss.
I think
he slightly nibbles on that dwarf's shield, but doesn't really do much. Let's see, that was that dog, taking us to Modor's turn.
Hey, shall I take it the dog moved out of my range?
It actually is not out of your range, no.
Right, swing away.
It is within 10 feet of you, so you can just attack from where you are. Wow. It is just one of those sessions, isn't it? Right. You smack the ever-loving crap out of some lettuce, and you still have 2 more actions to go. Although Roran is going to be at a disadvantage on any attacks next turn, because his face is full of salad. That one is a hit. Mador takes the Gizarm just straight into the chest of the goblin dog, puncturing both lungs and the heart, and laying that critter to rest.
My final is I'm going to move up beside Cal.
Gotcha. Man, you guys are having some rolls today. That takes us to Edamir.
All right. Blow up some cabbages. I'm going to target this dwarf down here with the Horizon Thunder Sphere. The dwarf bandit number 1.
Got it.
Ah, of course.
Right. Impressive. What in the world does a Horizon Thunder Spear do? Let's have a look.
Since I took 2 turns with it, it's a target, and then wherever it hits, it explodes in 10 foot.
Okay, so you are basically dropping it straight on your feet, hitting
Oh,
Lauren, Marisol, and Leopold, and yourself.
basic reflex save.
Well, now I roll okay.
Well, at least most of you are doing well. And Roran has a crit save, so he doesn't take any damage. And the rest of you will take half damage from that spell.
How much was that?
He's got to roll 2d6. Two damage.
Fair.
Impressive. Okay. Going on to somebody who's had a lot of success this fight, straight on to Marisol.
Did I manage to unjam it with my last action last time?
Yes, you did.
Do I need to reload it before I use it again?
Oh, yes, you do.
I'm moving up next to Mador here. I can't really see where he is exactly.
Yeah, you're gonna have to angle a bit.
I should be between him so that I can reach at the dwarf with my whip.
Well, there's really no space between Preacher and Mador for you to be able to reach him with your whip. He's 15 away currently.
Down there then.
Copy that. That gives you flanking with Charek.
$18.
Is
20.
that flanking already? Yeah.
Pretty certain it's it, but I'm going to double check it. Yes, it is.
Okay, then there goes boom. And I get an athletics against his to trip him.
Yep. He goes straight on his ass.
How much was the sonic damage, by the way? I'm assuming he's wearing armor, so he's not noticing the whip as it is, but he'll notice that boom.
Yep. Let's just let EOD check that spell abyss.
So it is... The sonic damage is equal to the number of successful strikes with the weapon that the wielder made at the end of the turn. And so it is 1.
1 sonic damage.
So, but it's calculated at the end of her turn, so if she hits him twice, it's 2 damage, etc., etc.
Got it.
Okay, then I'm gonna shoot him as he's lying there. Lying down.
His ass is now very much flat-footed. And you hit. Oh, yeah, he knows he's been shot. But it puts it straight in his thigh.
And then 1 sonic damage as well.
Yep. Got it. Taking us to Kalazir.
Yeah, Cal is dropping her broken and destroyed shield, taking her axe with 2 hands. Go choke on a plump helmet! She's shouting while she tries to hit him on the floor.
That is a hit, as he is lying on his ass and does not have his shield up.
Okay, so since I am using 2 hands, I do more damage.
Jeez. Yeah. Cal just puts her axe straight into his skull, and brains splatter everywhere.
Yeah, let's see. She is stepping next to Preacher, pointing at the dwarf down here, and shouting, "Get stuck in a dragon's teeth, you beardless fool!"
Right. So he's using taunt. There we are, and that takes us to Preacher.
Well, with the mystical energy basically forming around both hands and feet, charging down to say hi to this guy.
Got it.
This archer is not going to be around to fling arrows around, so nope. He's going to get a flurry to the face, hopefully. (17 and 19).
And to Preacher's immense surprise, he actually manages to block both blows with his own hands and feet. Which
Okay.
takes us to him. That was a move and 2 attacks for you. No, that was a move and an attack that counts as 2 attacks for you.
Yes.
So, but that's just for attack penalty. So you have another action.
Yes. And then I'll pop him with a Elf Fist. That's going to be a miss.
Yep. He drops his bow to the ground and then draws a longer curved one-handed sword and a straighter short sword, and he tries to hit Preacher with both at the same time. See, and he does manage to do that. Smacking Preacher for a total of 13.
13.
This lady gets on her broom and flies away. Have fun storming the castle! And she's off. This dwarf, now properly enraged, is gonna move up and try to smack Cal. He ain't taking that sort of language from a beardless late son of a. Are you kidding me? And just goes to town, placing his axe straight into her face again for another 14 damage. And then he raises his shield. This guy here is gonna move. He's gonna try to move up behind Cal, giving Mador an attack of opportunity and Cal an attack of opportunity.
I was about to say.
Preacher?
I do not think
You do
Preacher
not have the
has
feat,
attack of
sir.
opportunity. That is a fighter thing now.
Okay.
They are both
I
fighters.
didn't think there was a need to have the feat if you're moving out of a sector, but okay.
It is in second edition. Yeah.
In second edition, it is you only have attack of opportunity if you have that feat.
Okay.
Monks get a feat called Strike Down with a similar function.
Yep. Just at a later level. Fighters get it at level 1. So both Mador and Calasir hit. So first First Calisair hits him in the leg, so he kind of stumbles forward. And then Modor just shoves the Ransour straight through his chest as he comes in an unbalanced sprint and kills him instantly. Okay, then. This Hobgoblin bro is going to take 2 shots at Modor with his bow. He ain't getting close to that Ransour, but you can see that it needs to be off the field. And both of them just plink straight off of Modor's armor. The heavy splint mail easily enough to stop the power of a short bow. And this dwarf over here is like, well, if you want to get something done, you gotta do it yourself, don't you? No. Let me check this thingamajigger. There we are. Moves up here and fires his blunderbuss at Cal. Tagging her in the back for 6 damage. That was a move. And then, let me see how this thingamajig works. Where are your skills at, bro? There we are. Then he shoves Cherik back. And with speed you wouldn't have believed possible, reloads the blunderbuss. Which takes us to Zara.
Okay, Zara is going to make a duplicate image of herself standing right here,
Got it.
who is standing on her feet. And then she is going to make a exploit vulnerability check on Mr. Lerege Lebordic. I'm going, that magical pulse, did that clear my sickened?
Yes, it did.
You want to clear that off of me then?
I'll get right on that, sir. Well, he seems to be very agile, so the guess is that if you can somehow negate that, he's going to be a lot easier to deal with.
No specific weaknesses, so I have a personal antithesis against him.
Okay.
I've got a lock of his beard. Don't ask where I got it from. And I am now going to taunt him and swing at him with my battle axe.
Very well. Yeah, he is quick as a viper. Manages to dodge that battle axe.
And that'll be my 3 actions.
Got it. Leopold, sir.
Has Leopold still got a line of shot on our samurai archer dude?
You're going to have to do something about your mic, because I can barely hear you, sir.
Does Leopold still have a line of shot on the samurai archer goblin dude?
Well, he does, but he's locked in mortal combat with Preacher, so unless Leopold manages a clean hit, he may very well hit Preacher.
Okay, Leopold will hunt prey on the other hobgoblin with the short bow.
Got it. That is a critical. Yeesh.
+2.
12
Gravity
damage.
weapon.
Yeah, the arrow hits him straight in the forehead. Knocks his head back. The heavy helmet saves him, but you can see he spits out a tooth from the force of the blow.
Okay, and for his last action, Leo commands Cherrick to go and flank the Mr. Libude
Very well.
and try and bite him with the jaws.
Right.
Yeah, no.
Nope, he dodges that as if like nobody's business.
And that's my turn.
Right. Takes us to Iodi.
How dare you say my name this way? Iodi is going to stride up next to this little barefoot slave girl here. He will hold his hand out and he said, "Fear not, Iodi is the hero of this story." And I will point at the blunderbuss bro, and I will cast fear on him.
Oh, damn.
Which means that he must make a will save against my my spell DC.
Right.
Which is an 18.
He is frightened 1. He is shaking in his little space boots after that spell.
Going to use my reaction to invigorating fear.
The who and the what now?
Reaction invigorating fear on Edamir. A creature
Oh.
within 60 feet gains frightened condition. I gain 10 hit points equal to its level or 3.
Okay, so he is now frightened 2.
No,
Lovely.
it just gains me hit points.
Okay. Against you, so that will get you that'll get you 3 temporary hit points, sir.
And that is my turn.
Excellent. Iodi. Yeah, this lady, any port in a storm, she moves back, kind of almost going down on her knees to shelter behind Iodi, and puts her hands around his waist and sobs into the back of his into his lower back, and like, "Oh, God be praised! You came here to save us. Whatever would we do without you?" And Iodi gets a level 1 spell slot back. And that takes us to Modor. That's a hit, sir. Modor whacks that guy, but good. Man, it's a tough life being a dwarf bandit. But doesn't manage to get past his shield with any follow-up attacks. Takes us to Edamir.
Well,
Still
so
kind
I'm
of shaky
sparking.
after dropping that Thunderdome on his own feet.
Yeah, and I'm sparking. My fur's all on end. Going to cast Electric Arc on Larig.
Got it.
And the Dwarf Bandit 1.
Very well. So that's a DC 17
18.
reflex. 18. Oh yeah, you've leveled. Okay. So Larig's got a critical success. He is perfectly fine. Could not be better, in fact. The only thing that does is relight his cigar that had gone out. While the dwarf bandit, however, has a critical failure. Does electric arc do anything fun on a crit fail? Let's have a
Not
look.
that I see.
They take double damage.
Oh, yeah, he just goes and then falls over dead with smoke coming out of his nose and ears.
And for my last action, I'm going to turn to Roar and be like, sick him, and send him on Larig.
Got it. And he gets one attack as well.
Nope.
Nope. Can't hit. He's just too damn slippery. Takes us to Marisol.
Yeah, I'm gonna take a step. And then I'm gonna swing my whip at this dwarf.
Got it. Hey, tiny doggo, what you doing? Yeah, with the usual success of swinging your whip, he can just jump ropes over it.
Yeah, even with flank.
Oh yeah.
Then I'll try to shoot him. And miss.
No, wonderful. And that's Calazir's turn. Hey, girl, come.
Yeah. Cal spits out some blood on the dead dwarf in front of her, insulting him even further before she steps around and goes up to the one who shot her in the back, which was quite well, it wasn't very honorable, so she's trying to smack him.
That is a hit. We get solid 10 damage. Oof, he goes. He places her axe straight into his stomach, but doesn't manage to penetrate the chain shirt he's wearing.
Okay, can I, when I raise my axe as a shield, do I get also an AC bonus or not?
The axe, as far as I'm aware, there is a feat that allows you to get an AC bonus fighting.
Okay,
with
I
just
don't
a
have that
weapon.
feat, so I'm
No.
just gonna attack the second time. Please add in. Do I get a flanking bonus with the bear?
Yes, you do. You can pull a
Okay.
line into the enemy with
Okay.
Bear Bro.
Then please add that to this one, so it's a 16.
Yep, he dodges that.
Okay.
And that takes us to Mr. Preacher.
Okay. Well, Preacher looks like he's trying to catch something very heavy with his hands, doing a sweeping motion, shouts out a very sharp word, and then attempts to do a key strike overhead, both fists on the hobgoblin.
Oh boy.
So this is going to be a +1 to each of these rolls.
Got it.
First one is dead wrong. Come on.
That is a hit, sir.
All right, that is, in that case, 4 plus 1d6, and then it's going to be a second d6 of force. So that's a total of 7, 13.
Right. Yeah, Preacher punches straight into his chest, and he takes one step back and gives a little bow to Preacher, like, way of the fire worm, very honorable. And then he falls over and dies.
In that case, I do have still one action, so I spend that moving up and interfering with this guy.
There we are. Gonna be difficult for him to be in an archery duel now. He drops his short bow, pulls out his longsword and shield, and makes 1 slash at Preacher. Wow. It's a tough life being Preacher these days. And he actually manages to hit Preacher there with a critical, smacking Preacher straight in one of his power conduits or whatever for 12 damage.
Oof.
Need to get me a good doggo cam. She's being super cute right now and also interfering crazily with what I'm actually trying to do.
Creature is reeling a little bit, but still standing.
The dwarf you're fighting looks at Cal and like, "Oh, Cal, can't you see you're just perpetuating the land nobility, making the people of the land slaves?" And then he shoots his blunderbuss at her. That's a hit. For 4 damage. And then he is going to try to shove Cal. But she stands tall and won't allow herself to be shoved. He grumbles something grumpily as he tries to stick her with his bayonet. Which slides off of Cal's chest plates. Taking us to Zara.
Zara is going to attempt to hook him in the back of the leg with her gaff.
That is a hit. That is a success.
So that is a trip against his, whatchamacallit. So he is now prone, which is a -4 to his AC against melee attacks.
Yep. And more importantly, it takes away his dex bonus to armor class, which sucks.
Not in this game. It is actually just a -4 to his AC. And
Crazy times. Oh well.
Then I'm going to miss.
Yep.
Twice.
Oh wow. Yeah, it's just one of those days for the party, it seems. Wonderful. Which takes us to Leopold.
Okay, and Leo is going to take another shot at the hobgoblin by Preacher.
Go for it. Goes. No, the hobgoblin has not raised shield. That is a hit.
Okay. Nope, sorry. Yeah, single dice roll. Plus, hold on. Precision damage 1d8. There we go, for a total of 7.
Right, and the hobgoblin goes down with an arrow sticking out of its eye.
Okay, Leo's second move is going to be over here. And then he's going to order Cherek to attack the dwarf.
Right.
So Cherek tries to take a bite at him.
That is a miss, sir.
And then he tries to claw him.
And another miss.
Both misses. Okay, and that is my turn.
No, wait. The bite is a hit because he's flanking with Marisol, who still threatens him, even though she's not in the great position.
Okay.
As written, it is not. They don't stack.
I disagree with that, so we're going to play it with flanking and prone.
Okay, in that case, it's D8 plus 3, so that's...
Yeah, lightly nibbles on him.
Yep, 7 total.
And that takes us to EOD.
Yeah, sorry, I was trying to mess with volume settings, but I can't do anything. So, I am super emboldened now that she's playing into the hero role. So if Yodi's chest was any more puffed out, he would pop like a fucking balloon. And he points his finger at the man laying on the ground and he says, "It is time for this fight to end. I am tired of it." And I will magic missile him. For 9 damage. Pew, pew.
Right. So Yodi just puts the laser pointer on kill, blasts 3 magic missiles straight into his face, and he stops breathing.
You are all very lucky Yodi was here this day.
She turns around to Yodi, wiping the blood from her face. Took you long enough.
I think this one does not understand how shield works.
Run over to Kel and be like, "My shield."
And on that positive note, we're going to take 10 so that our streamer also actually gets a break where he doesn't have to do tech things. See if we can get mics fixed and all of that stuff, and we will be back in about 10 minutes or so.
For good reason.
But hey, we killed that dude while he was running past us.
Okay, we're back.
There we are. Welcome back, everyone. Leopold and Edamir will have to turn on their cams again. Thank you, Ed. Right. Standing, catching your breath, seeing the bloody carnage of bodies around you, you are victorious against odds and your own dice in this case.
Anybody want any fried cabbage?
Is it good?
Oh no.
Zara staggers over to the side of the building and just vomits.
Kel is clearing her eyes from the blood. I need a new shield. Didn't that guy have one?
But my
First
shield.
things, let me see if I can bandage you up a little. You're bleeding like a stuffed pig.
I
Yes,
can
sorry
also
about,
bandage.
sorry about the shield. Told ya. Wood weak, steel hard.
I think that was a very good success.
Oh, yeah.
Does anybody else need bandaged? I got some mud.
Leo's going to try and patch up Zara and fail.
Whoop.
Probably.
Walks over, puts his thumb in her wound, goes like, does this hurt? Well, not quite that badly, but yeah.
Did that
That
go
is
down?
2d8 model, or back to Cal from that. Right, the young lady is still not at the fight is over. She turns around and throws up on the lettuce, and then just kind of holds on to Eodi, shivering, with a death grip on one of his horns.
Yodi kind of pats her on the shoulder and he's like, "You have nothing to be afraid of. Yodi is here now."
Right, give me a charisma check for Eodi. Or charm if you have that. Persuasion.
You would like a charisma check, you say?
Yes, or persuasion if you are trained in it.
Diplomacy.
Let me see.
Diplomacy, yes.
No, I am not trained in diplomacy.
Yeah, she seems to calm down. As as Yodi looks at her and like, "Oh, God be praised! You saved me. Please, you must come with me in my village of Conti. The hobgoblins, they are attacking."
Should we get our stuff first if we're going to a village?
Could we maybe take a little break before we throw ourselves into a new fight? I need a shield. I'm damn bloody. And I don't know if... Well, lady, why did you almost knock me off here?
I go over to one of the hobgoblin's bodies, grab a shield, and toss it at her.
I don't think that the hobgoblins attacking the village are gonna wait.
Exactly. That's why I asked. We're just gonna have to go if it's going on.
I don't
Say,
think
what
that
are we gonna
should
get
just
for it?
run straight through the night. I think we should try to
Yeah.
get our bearings.
Yeah, and fair
Leave
words
those poor
don't fill my belly.
villagers.
What kind of shields are lying around, Sugar?
Wooden.
Okay. How many?
6.
I would like one.
Seriously, if you're going to go through shields like that, why can't you fix them?
I'm not a smith.
Neither am I, but I can fix my weapon.
Rachel limps over to the samurai archer dude and goes through his things. And I do mean Preacher is limping rather badly.
Right. Get your note-taking things ready, and I will tell you what he is carrying.
I am ready.
Ready your body. So he's got a composite longbow, a glaive, a katana, a splint mail, a wakizashi, and 175 silver. In addition, he's got a note in a language that you can't read. Doesn't even look like letters to you.
Right. I show the note around in a little while. I also head over back to the other goblin that I was standing next to and go through him as well before returning back to the team and showing off the note.
Having undressed him and taken his armor off, you can see that he's had several tattoos on his upper body. What little you can see on the edges seem like they've been like the heraldry of the nobles of Golden Glens, although in a different style, but they have been branded off. So mostly only burns left.
So, coincidentally, Yodi has the tattoo artist feat. Is there any way I could try to identify exactly what kind of tattoo art he's got going on?
You'd have to spend a couple of minutes, but yeah, you could.
Okay, then I will pat our little friend on the shoulder and I will say, I will return. Yodi must be doing very important leader business now. And I will go check the body.
She does not let go of Yodi. She looks Yodi in the eyes and like, oh, brave Yodi, please. My friends and family are dying. You need to take your band and help me, even though they want to have a nap.
This one always wants a nap, and he's pointing at Kalazir. Worry not, we will be doing the saving. We are brave adventurers, it is known.
But Yodi, as you always have been, you went running behind cover before you came up and finished everything up. Walk off.
Is there two grumpy ones now? That one seems confused as well. I many times saw him swinging randomly. He hit nothing. I do not understand.
She looks at Yodi in the eyes like, don't care about his barbs. I saw him hiding behind the girl the entire fight while you were up, and you were so brave. She gives Yodi a kiss on the cheek.
It is a rough life being a hero. And I will go check the body out.
Bite your tongue before I do. You can hear Cal say to him, her face a little bit more cleaned up, but still smeared with blood.
Zara's going to start going through the other bodies and finding if they have anything worth taking.
Right.
Does
Yes.
Does medicine work on Preacher?
Yes, it does. Although you need sort of more like mortar and glue than bandages.
Leo's just going to walk around and see how many arrows he can pick up.
Right. Are you ready to note down things, Quinn?
Probably.
On Lyrig, you find 1 bottle of arsenic, a bayonet, a blunderbuss, a chain shirt, a clan dagger from some dwarven clan you can't recognize, and a pistol in the same style, a clan pistol. Earplugs, 1 vial of lethargy poison, a pair of simple manacles, a morning star, a potion of expeditious retreat, which you easily identify, a jar of silver sheen, and a note written in some interesting language. The dwarves, the 4 dwarves have battle axes and wooden shields. The 2 hobgoblins have short bows, long swords, and wooden shields. Any armor you want to pick off any of them is going to need some repairing.
Can I see those black powder weapons, please?
I'll hand over the clan pistol and the blunderbuss.
Thank you.
I don't know, maybe maybe our dwarf speaking friend might know which clan that's from, because that might be in those noble rules that we heard about.
Depends on whether or not it's a clan from Golden Glens. I'll wait until she's patched up. Is there anything I can see from these weapons? Are they good craftsmanship? Is there anything special about them?
Well, the clan pistol is... it's not a very common thing among dwarves at all. Most dwarven clans haven't picked up black powder, considering it to be some sort of newfangled invention, barely 100 years old and unproven. It's a serviceable pistol, if that's your thing. Not of the quality of your dueling pistol, but still a nice backup weapon. And the blunderbuss is, well, it's got about as much craftsmanship as you could expect from something that's made for shoving black powder and just nails and rocks and whatever else is handy down shooting at anybody close. But it's well maintained, and the bayonet lug seems solid.
Something boring? She asks Marisol.
This clan, do you know it?
Do you want me to roll on the Dwarven lore, or do I know it?
Yes. Give us
Okay.
a dwarven lore. You know, it's not from your home province. And it must be one of the minor clans, because you haven't heard of it.
Haven't heard of them before. No dwarves I know use guns.
Well, it's the future, so, you know.
Zara's gonna gesture at most of the weapons and armor. I don't think we should probably be hauling these around if we're trying to move quickly. Is there any of the armor or weapons that anyone would particularly like?
Can I use the chain shirt? Or does it need to be fixed first?
No, the chain shirt's actually in pretty good repair, as you mostly shot him in the face or legs or arms.
Yeah, I could use a chain shirt.
Well, I know.
Or do you need it more? You definitely, if you want it, you definitely need it more than I do. Although there's a better armor down at the other hobgoblin.
Well, I guess most of this is better than hide.
True.
I'd suggest the splint.
I think that one will be better for you. Although if you want to change shirts, I'm not going to fight for it.
Nah. And she grabs the splint and, not caring about everyone looking at her, starting to take off her armor and changing.
Yeah, it's it needs a washing out for sure. Although, having been on the trail and in a couple of fights, Cal doubts that she smells much better than that armor does. But it's a good quality armor, what you would think of as samurai armor in the looks department. With the requisite helmet, with the grinning, in this case, a grinning hobgoblin face, lacquered in blacks and reds. Having a look at it, it's the lacquer is definitely not in as great shape as it should be, and on the shoulders and chest, there's been a heraldic symbol of some sort that's been scrubbed away, leaving an ugly patch of spotty lacquer over it. But the armor itself is well made and fully serviceable.
Zara's gonna toss the composite longbow to Leo.
Yes, thank you, Zara. I was about to ask for that.
And then she's going to affix the katana and the wakizashi opposite of her battle axe.
Yeah. Again, the bow also in an Eastern style. It's also been lacquered black and red, but there's a lot of wear and tear to this bow. This bow has seen a lot of use, but it has definitely been made by the bowyer of a noble lord of some sort. It's a high quality weapon.
Was the 175 silver all of the coinage we found?
No, in total you find 748 silver.
Matt mentioned that to everybody that I be careful walking around with that armor and the heraldry scratched off. Looks like you might have stole it, which is probably what these bandits did.
Doesn't look like any armor I've seen on any noble in this country.
Well,
It's definitely from around. It's definitely not from around here.
no problem leaving it later, not when we join another brawl.
Witcher gathers up 3 of the shields and ties them up in a bundle and drops them off by Cal before doing a very weird stretching exercise in the background. He's definitely favoring a couple of wounds. Exactly, Uri.
Looking at the shields. Can't I go all? She says with a very dissatisfied look.
I'll carry them.
Would I be able to get some of the plaster from the bricks of the tower that are strewn around and do my healing plaster on it?
On Preacher? Yeah, it seems like he's you have no idea what kind of magic is involved, but it seems like whatever gets chipped off or smashed off of him can be repaired with almost any material, and it'll just turn into the same stuff that his body's made of. Over time.
Well, as he works on that, I explain a little bit about how that works. The magic of an automaton's body converts materials and basically wants to heal up again. So it will reform over time. One of the reasons we slept so long was to heal damage.
I rolled a 13. Do I get the +2 for using natural materials?
Yes, you do.
Zara's gonna go to where they were partying and start looking through their belongings that were in there. She's looking for thieves' tools specifically.
Yeah, Maro's already down there. You can see going through the stuff. Seems like this was basically this farmstead's little barbecue area. And there are 2 smashed barrels of wine, about 10 gallons each. One of them is still half full. The other is entirely empty. There is a boar being grilled over the fire that looks almost done, and some vegetables packed in clay around the fireplace, just slowly cooking.
Chuggy, did Leo manage to find any arrows that he can reuse?
No. But the hobgoblin had 16 arrows in a quiver.
Okay, Leo will take them.
If no one else wants them, I'll just hang the manacles from my belt. Looking like they've always been there, basically.
I'm gonna go up to Albertine and ask how far away her village is.
It's maybe, I don't know. I have never been this far, but when the sun goes from there to there, but I'm guessing anywhere between 2 and 6 hours.
Then we'll need to rest first. The sun is going down. We can't travel at night.
She looks dejected, and for a moment looks like she's gonna argue, but then she kind of just slumps down next to Iodi, and the haunted look in her face, like, okay, I'm certain
I take
Iodi
it
will make everything fine.
the hobgoblins were already attacking your village when you got captured.
Yes, I was. They've taken over the village. They are putting everybody in chains, taking all of the grain, everything, loading it up on carts, and then this lady on the broom came flying down and handed a pouch of coin to the one lying there, and he came with her, and he took me to this place.
And I fear that whatever's done is already done, and rushing will not help our cause.
Nah, no use to fall ourselves. Wait, fall? Push? You know.
Anyway, we should definitely just get our stuff from the other camp and get back here as soon as possible. How long did you use to get there? She's looking at the people that actually followed the wolf and were going in a straight line.
Yeah, I mean, follow the wolf going in a straight line and rushing and not really caring that much about stealth. You got here in about 30 minutes.
Okay. Who's coming with me to pick up our stuff and my horse and take down the
No.
tents and move it here?
I will.
I can go.
I am not injured, she says. I will come with you.
Thank you.
Not leaving you, mother.
And she's belting on one of the long swords from one of the hobgoblins, and has a battle axe from one of the dwarves in her hand.
I nod approvingly. I like a woman that can defend herself.
We still haven't found a key for her manticles.
Oh yeah, she's tied up.
Yes, she is. There are thieves' tools, by the way, on what was his name? The dwarf with the shotgun.
Well, if they're simple manacles, then I have a pair in my belt, so they're probably the same key.
Zara's gonna take the thieves' tools and attempt to pick the manacles.
Leo
Go for it.
But on you go, Zara.
Yeah, it takes a little while and some fiddling, but she does manage to pick them. The lock is pretty simple. Mostly based on the assumption that whoever's locked up is not going to have thieves' tools or know how to use them.
You guys fix the evening meal and then we'll go get all our stuff, right?
Sounds good.
Can we borrow Roran to lead the way?
Yes, and I'm coming along.
Perfect.
Okay, so who's staying behind? That's Malor, Cal, and Iodi.
And Zara.
And Zara. Okay.
Yes.
The rest of us will go back to the other camp and pack up and bring everything here.
Is it really wise to use their camp, though?
Well,
Obviously, the other hobgoblins that are raiding the village are going to come back to somewhere.
yeah, but I don't think that's here. Then there would have been more of them.
Think
But-
of it this way, Edemir. If they come back here, we do not have to go looking for them.
Right. Got it.
And there's a house there that looked pretty okay, and there's food and everything.
Yeah, this seems much more comfortable than the campsite we had already.
Sounds good to me.
It is definitely more comfortable. The rest of you, of course, while eating and waiting for the others, have the time to fiddle about. And the farmhouse itself actually has a double bed with bedding and quite comfortable mattress, in addition to the four sleeping bags in the barn, which are on hay and generally also both soft and comfortable. The only uncomfortable place to sleep is actually where the samurai was sleeping. He's lying straight on the ground.
The door's going to the double bed and climb into it and fall asleep.
Yep. There's even a nice place to stack armor and place weapons. And a little fireplace.
Looking at Zara, seems like we have guard duty.
That's fine. Just means we don't have to wake up in the middle of the night.
Right. It doesn't take too long for the rest of the bunch to return. Do you have any scenes you want to play out while you're getting the stuff from the camp?
It's pretty
Yeah.
straightforward.
Only watching the rescuee very carefully because the person knew magic and suddenly knows how to handle weapon. A little bit sus about this person.
Yeah, taking a closer look at her does not look like she actually knows how to handle those weapons. She's just picked up weapons.
Well, still gonna treat her with a little bit of care. She knew magic.
Yes, her eyes are still just glowing pools of warm golden light. For those of you who were in the bushes watching her, that was not what you saw when she was brought into that barn. And she's walking with a surprisingly, well, fearless step compared to what you'd expect from a girl of, as she's now told you, 16.
So why did they take you then?
I do not know. The hobgoblins, it is not the first time they raid our villages and take slaves. If we're lucky, there's a knight around that comes and kills all of them. But if we're unlucky, well, the few militia we had, they killed like it was as easy as breathing to them.
And the dwarves, were they part of it? Are they just mercenaries?
I don't know. They were here when I came. They said some pretty terrible things about what they were planning to do to me.
Yeah, we heard some of that. That's why we decided we were not gonna let them do that.
When I was in that barn, I prayed to Geb that he would deliver me from these dire straits, and Geb sent you to me.
Geb listens to those who praise.
It seems so in this case.
And she, without too much trouble, picks up a fair amount of your gear. Helps you carry it back.
I saddled the horse as well and put a lot of things on him.
I pick up what I can and then turn back into my fox form.
Nice trick.
Yeah, he does this often.
Right.
Leo helps load the horse and then picks up anything that he needs to.
The rest of you notice, while eating and relaxing in the little grove, that the dwarves have had a poster up, and this one is from Golden Lens, with a crude picture of the dwarf with the gun you killed, and seems there's a reward of 400 silver for his head.
This is nice. Taking the poster.
Zara looks around for like a burlap sack or something.
Oh yeah, plenty of those to be found.
She's gonna take her battle axe out and chop the dwarf's head off and stuff it in the bag.
Yeah, seems he's been wanted for murder, attempted murder, crimes against his clan, bestiality, cattle rustling, and being drunk in public.
Tax evasion.
Meanwhile, in the other camp, I make sure to bring the first guy's head that we chopped off in that burlap sack back with us.
Yeah, getting a pretty nice collection now.
The headhunters.
Different meaning.
Sugar, we might get our pizza a bit earlier than we thought. It went from 50 minutes to 15.
That's fine. That fits the timing beautifully. Right, the rest of the gang comes back to the camp. I'm assuming most of you are just gonna be finding places to rest. If you
First, I'm gonna find a good place for the horse.
yeah, that is in the barn. The barn's made for horses.
What was the bounty on the dwarf?
400 silver pieces.
Leo.
As Marisol and the horse walk up, Yodi sees him coming and he looks straight at Marisol and he goes, "Oh, there is my old friend!" But he walks past her and pats the horse, gives him a hug.
Yeah.
I have missed you greatly.
The horse
Yeah,
neighs
imagine you
and-
had to walk all the way here.
Horse neighs and playfully chews on one of Yodi's horns a bit.
Did I discover anything additional about those tattoos? You never asked me for a roll or anything, so.
No, you don't need to roll. You can recreate the tattoo, but you'd have to find a You'd have to find a library of dwarven clans to actually identify it, which clan it is. But it takes some doing. But you know what the tattoo looks like. Not dwarven clans, but hobgoblin clans. Any of you trained in heraldry?
Negative.
Yes.
I got
Well, from what
occultism.
Yodi sketched out, if the hobgoblins use the same heraldic traditions as Golden Lens, which is a shot in the dark, this would be probably this equivalent of a count or something like that, with the use of colors and animals and borders.
Okay. And then, I'll tell EOD that. This
I can't
seems
hear
to
him.
be. I'll tell EOD that. This seems to be the heraldry belonging to a kind or something of that order.
Yodi really likes his artwork. I will make a note to read more about this later.
I'm gonna go over to where the food was cooking and realize that nobody took it off, even though it was almost done, and be saddened because it's burnt.
Actually, people have eaten already, so I'm going to assume that they've taken care of the food.
I'm not digging.
Yeah, the
Same.
wild boar tastes beautifully.
Oh, nice.
And on that note, we don't have the time for any more combat encounters in 20 minutes, and I need to pack, so we'll finish 20 minutes early today. We will be back next Sunday. I'll be back from training sometime on Saturday, so I've luckily had the time to do prep work for next session this week. So 1800 CET next weekend, and if I've managed to, by some small miracle, find the password for the Pathfinding Adventures YouTube, both last session and this session will be up on the YouTubes by then. But for now, everybody stay safe, stay healthy, and be well. And we shall go over to our off-session debrief. Say bye, everybody.
Bye.
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 Bye, everybody.